That's cool.
Recording in progress.
Welcome back to another episode of Important Miscellaneous Talks. I'm your host, Glasser Crossfield. We are changing the world one podcast at a time. And this is a podcast that I'm very excited for. We got the legendary Richie Mac, aka Thailand, here with us today. Please introduce yourself for the people who don't know.
Well, y'all call me the old man, so we're going to start there. I am Richie Mac, aka the old man. Oh man, yeah, man. I got a podcast called Zoom To Thailand, man. Showing brothers they don't have to settle for the matrix stuff they going through at the house. Your options are limitless once you get a passport, bro. It's just like words cannot express how bad I want people to really see what they deserve and how they deserve it. And it's all about just having fun, man. My channel's about having fun, educating you, entertaining you, all of the above, you know what I mean? And just trying to like I said, show brothers a better life.
Now, when you say you want men to realize that they don't have to settle, what are some of the things that men are settling for in the United States?
Oh my God, really? How much time you got? All right, you want me to dog walk it, or you want me to just give you the elevator version?
No, dog walk. I know you just waking up, but it's okay. You take your time.
I mean, first of all, the cost of living is insane. Your money in a lot of countries like Thailand, you don't have to go to Thailand, you can go anywhere, but I'm using that as an example because that's where I've been for the last 3 years. Your money goes 3 to 5 times farther than what it does at home. So that's number one. Number two, the safety issue here is crazy. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't see very much drama out here like that. It's a very like calm, cool place, respectful place. People respect each other. It's not really, you don't see any of the rah-rah stuff because their jail system is not nice. So that's a very good deterrent, you know what I mean? Because they give away real time out there and there's nothing the Matrix can do to help you once you get put in a jail in a foreign country. You know what I mean? All they can do is like ask you how the hell did you get yourself into that. You're at their mercy. So I guess that's what keeps the checks and balances so cool. And obviously what people want to always ask about are the women, you know, the fit, feminine, friendly, submissive, cooperative. It's all of that versus you give a woman a compliment at home, at work, you might get fired for giving a compliment. You know what I mean? You at the gym looking at a girl too hard, she might, even though she's wearing some shit that's making you want to look at her, not to say it's her fault, but I'm just saying, but you can get kicked out of the gym for that. It's like everything is just so like polar sensitive now. It's like everything is just, and then, you know, kids go to school, you don't know if they're gonna come home. It's just so much stuff, man. Like, you know, shout out, rest in peace, P&J Rock. P&J Rock, is that the name? Remember, I'm an old man. P&B Rock. P&B Rock, you know, he met his demise not far from where I grew up. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, it's just, you know, everything is just upside down, man. Everything is just crazy. So just about every category, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, the Matrix is losing. You know what I mean? It's like people are starting to wake up. People are starting to see what's going on. People are, you know, ready to see what life has to offer, man. It's like I tell people all the time, it's just like if you know, you go to your local grocery store or liquor store, you know, that's cool, but the people in there ain't treating you right. They're not giving you the respect you deserve. They treating you a certain kind of way. They treating you like you less than, even though you're paying your money. So guess what you do? You go to Costco. You're going to get more for your buck. You're going to get return policy. You're going to get all these options. You're going to get 3 times as much. Why would I keep going to the local spot when I can go to Costco? And that's pretty much what it is when you get your passport, man. You got your freedom papers. You know what I mean? You can get up out of here and really move around, man. And I'm telling you, man. You guys have passports?
I have one.
The process of mine.
I hear accents. Where y'all from? Where you from?
South Africa, Johannesburg.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that where you guys are now?
No, we from New York. I mean, we from New York, though.
But y'all both from Johannesburg?
My parents are Jamaican.
That's what I thought. I thought you had a Jamaican accent. I can't hear an African accent with you, but I'm zooming to Africa, man. That's my next thing, man. Probably 2024. I'm zooming to Colombia, then I'm zooming to Africa, man. I've been to Jamaica. I love Jamaica. But Jamaica's even dangerous. You know what I mean? Anybody, what part of Jamaica you from?
My family's from St. Anne.
Okay.
Like trenches, like far, no Wi-Fi type.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they up country.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know how dangerous Kingston is. Like, you better know somebody. You go to Kingston, you better know somebody. You ain't gonna be able to
I'm actually a big fan of yours because I think we discovered your content last week because we had interviewed El Guapo and we had discovered your content last week, and I was so fascinated by your content. I literally went on a week binge. I think you had at the time 58 videos in total, and I went through it because I was so intrigued to see all this, because these are things I've always heard. Because actually, we have a friend but he's in the Philippines, and his dad was actually running for president of Philippines, and he was like, "Hey, come visit, whatever, this and that. I'll show you guys a good time." So when he told me that, and then seeing you, and I told him, "Hey, let's get your passport in order and let's go see these places." Because one thing I noticed about your content and the people that you have around you, I'm like, where's the young guys? Where's the young boys? Because we 26. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know your content is typically for older men that are seasoned, come over to Thailand and have a good time. But I think there's the people our age need it too, because there's a lot of men our age that are sick and tired of this shit. I'm not gonna hold you. You don't want to deal with no American women. Don't want to deal with women of color that have the same complexion of us and that are getting tired of it. 22, 23, 25, 26, and we thinking about going elsewhere.
Well, let me back up what you were saying, because you made a lot of good points. I don't want to miss nothing. First of all, thank you for watching the channel. Second of all, why the hell y'all just figured my shit out a week ago? What the hell's going on, man?
Yeah, I ran into passport bros.
Right. But you're right, man. I'm gonna tell you, man, straight up, man. I wish I knew about Thailand when I was your age, man. It probably would have changed my life. When I was your age, I was acting, doing, TV and commercials and stuff like that. So I had a pretty good living in LA. But had I known about, because I started traveling, because I've always loved traveling, but I would basically travel, around the United States. You know what I mean? I love Miami. I love Chicago, where I'm from. I love New York because of the culture. So, I love traveling. So I've been everywhere, continental, United States, Hawaii, Mexico, always there. But once you start going out abroad, where that plane really got to stretch out, you see a big difference. Now, in terms of brown-skinned Black women, I'm always gonna love my sisters. You know what I mean? It's just that, unfortunately, your generation, y'all just got a bad deal. You know what I mean? Y'all got the byproduct of what non-parenting did back in the crack days in the 80s and all of that stuff, man. It was there's a systemic reason to why things are the way they are, but at the same time, we didn't create that problem, so we shouldn't have to pay for it and suffer for it. But at the same time, we have to have some compassion and understand it. So, y'all from two different countries. You know what I mean? It's like it's different. The only time it's the same is when they try to emulate America. Like when they try to emulate the way we move, our swag, things we do, and what we say in records and all of that stuff is different. But culturally, I'll take a Jamaican woman or a woman from South Africa. She can be as black as night or whatever color, but the culture, the software is different. You know what I mean? The hardware is, it's crazy. So once again, I apologize for our generation messing it up for y'all's generation. Well, it wasn't our generation before me, in my opinion. But at 26 years old, man, you guys, the world is yours, man. And you're right. Like I want to tap into into your demographic. But my demographic, like you guys have a YouTube channel, right? Do you guys have you guys have a I've seen it. You guys have a YouTube channel, so it gives the analytics of everything. You know, what region people are watching, what the age range, what's this, what's that. And my age range is 35 to 55. That's like my biggest age. That's my highest age range. So I definitely want to hit the 25, 26-year-olds, you know what I mean? And let them know, especially because y'all younger making way more money than we did when we were you guys' age. So y'all got options. You know what I mean? Y'all just stay out that court system, stay out that baby mama system, and you guys will be good. That's the trap. You know what I mean? You got to stay out that trap because that court system is really the thing that keep you from getting your freedom papers and all that stuff. So what's y'all? I watched you guys' channel, man. That's what I do. I check out things before I go on, and you guys seem positive. You're doing your thing. Quickly for the older people like me, tell me about your channel, what it's about. If anybody's watching that follows Zoom to Thailand.
Our channel is about just getting people who can add value to people's lives and getting that information out there. Nice. That's what I would say. I think it's unique because I'm also very interested like in the dating. So people with dating relationships that I feel like have value to add to my audience, I gotta get them on. I gotta hit the point of view, and I'm a big fan of finding out people's origin stories. How did you get to where you are today? Because
how'd I get to Thailand? Or is that what you said?
How did you get to where you are today?
Man, y'all too young to know of a show called Gilligan's Island, man. Y'all probably never heard of that.
I heard of it though.
Yeah.
Gilligan's Island is a story about this group of people that were none of them matched. You know, you had the skipper and the Gilligan, and you had the Marianne, you had the actress, you had the two rich people all together, man. They went to go on a 3-hour tour. And then next thing you know, they in sitcom land forever. That show was probably over like 10 years on a 3-hour tour. So when you watch Zoom to Thailand, I kind of tell a story in the beginning. I'm the travel OG, and I traded in my Hollywood lifestyle for the sexy beaches of Pattaya. So what happened was I had a really messed up divorce. And it was actually my divorce attorney. Shout out to Bill Goldstein, my divorce attorney, who told me, he said, man, when I retire, I'm moving to Thailand. I'm like, Thailand? I didn't even know where it was on the map at the time. Thailand? Like, what the hell is that? And I heard him, but I wasn't really thinking, because I was like, I went to the Dominican Republic, and I went to Brazil. I was like moving all over. I hadn't went to Thailand yet. And then my boy, Randy, he was going. And I was like, you know what? I might as well check this out and see what Thailand is like. You know what I mean? Go out there, because you can never prepare for what you're gonna see when you get here, man. And you're talking about dating. I mean, I know it's hard to believe because y'all in the Matrix, man. I know it's hard to believe, man. But I'm telling you, man, dating is like, this place will raise your confidence. This place will show you your worth, your value. This place will show you how a woman's supposed to treat you. It's just, and that, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying every single woman like that is perfect, but I'm saying, but the culture, the software is different. So you're going to be kind of put on a pedestal because it doesn't matter. Like I say, if you watch all my episodes, it don't matter your height, your age, your race, your color, your weight. It don't matter, none of that. Everybody's on a level playing field. Like everybody. So pick the most popular dude in your neighborhood or the most popular dude in high school that you knew, and you come with him to Thailand, and you're going to get the exact same treatment he going to get. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just what it is. You know what I mean? So they treat you really well. But back to your question about how I got here, and I said in one of my episodes and how I met Elle, I talk about it. Speaking of Elle, y'all want to see Elle? Let me see.
I love it. Listen, I'm a big fan of Elle. I'm not going to hold you.
Elle!
I'm a huge
fan. Come here, baby. You know what's funny? You know what I found out? What I learned? Elle is really the star of the show. It ain't me. It's her.
No, she's really I told my homie, listen, I was like, I want someone like Elle. Work to everything. Work to everything. Real talk.
I don't even drink coffee. She make my coffee in the morning. Like she do all this stuff. It ain't fun. Come here, baby. Come here. Here come my baby with the big old leg. If you come with your big old leg, you cannot see. You cannot see with your big old leg.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? We're big fans. We're big fans of you.
Legendary, man.
Legendary.
That's my Thai noodle.
Yeah, big fan. Big fan.
That is phenomenal. Wow.
Big fan. That means you like they very popular.
Celebrity.
Yeah. If only she had a sister, man. It sucks.
They always ask if she got a sister. I did an episode. Now they asking about her mama. Like, where her mama at?
A cousin? Man.
She got a friend. If y'all seen the last episode I did with her about how she be about her mother taught her to be a domestic.
I've seen that.
Be a wife. I forgot what I titled it, but she talked about. She got a friend. She got like one friend that lives in Bangkok. She kind of thick too. But,
she thick. She thick for real.
Yeah, and her friend is thick. Elle got the big old leg. Now, okay, now ask them, Elle, because I put this thing out on my thing. I couldn't figure this out.
You want to know, not me.
I said, because she said, why black men like big legs? Can y'all tell me why black men like big legs? In a respect.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like legs. I like to hold legs. I don't know. They're visually appealing, sturdy. I don't know. I like to.
See, we can't answer it. Like everybody can't answer. Right. Like I gotta tell her too. Nobody gives a direct answer. They give different answers. But Elle say you black man. Tell them say you black man. You tell me. Tell them, Elle.
No.
Yeah.
For real, it's just something. It's so attractive, and you can spot it from a mile away. I don't know. It just does something to me. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Big old leg. Yeah, Thai ladies don't have a big old leg all the time.
Not all the time.
She got the little neat waist. That's what I like. The little tiny waist. That's the thing. You got a small waist. Let me see, baby. You see a tiny waist? Got a little tiny little waist and them big old legs. All right, you can go now. Thank you, baby.
Bye-bye.
That episode where I don't know where it was you and somebody else, and it was a massage parlor. It was a skinny joint, and you had a thick ass lady, a thick one, and another one. There was in all red, black pants. Shorty was thick as hell. Oh my God, I lost my.
That's the thing. See, they're like black people out here. They're every shape, size, and colors. You got skinny ones, you got thick ones, you got dark ones, you got light ones. Like they come in all kind of varieties. You know what I mean? It's not just like a one look. Like in certain countries, like maybe, I don't know, I've never been to China, but I'm just using that as an example. It's like, they might all kind of tend to look alike, but here it's a variety. You know what I mean? They're very tropical out here. So, even though their society teaches them, like all the other Asian countries, like a lot, not everybody, but they'll put on the cream, the lighten their skin and all that stuff, because it's a status thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you're dark, that means you work in the fields all day. You ain't got no money. If you're light, that means you work in an office, you got a better paying job. So they look at that like the Indians out here. Like the Indians got it on lock. The Indians are like it used to be the Chinese. There's probably the Chinese was the biggest group of foreigners that would come, but since all the stuff's going on, China didn't come. But India has it on lock, and they got Indians, brother, that are darker than you, like dark, like really like dark, like this dark. The only way you know that they not black, they not black because they got the that hair, but they be dark, bro. But in their country, it's the same thing. Like when you look at certain cultures, like when you see the people on TV, they're all light and they're all damn near white looking, but the reality is, man, these people are melanated. You know what I mean? So shout out to the melanated people. Shout out to everybody. That's another thing too, man. I love everybody, man. I try not to look at race as much as the individual person, because, I come from the hood. It's like, the people that do you the worst is a lot of times is the people that look like you. So I judge people on an individual basis. That's why I was getting mad at y'all. I kept texting me every 5 minutes. I'm like, man, why am I even doing this? Like, I'm just waking up. What the hell is going on? I thought it was a consultation. It's not. But y'all some good brothers. So, but I'm telling you, I was mad at y'all for a minute. I was a little irritated. I got to tell y'all, I was keeping a buck. Rich keeping a buck. But back to answer your question. I'm sorry to answer your question. So what brought me out here, I came out here on the first time was a trip just to check out Thailand. And then I loved it. And so then that's when my business mind went. I said, how can I make money here? How can I have a reason to be here 6 months out of the year? You know what I mean? I said, okay, I got a successful Airbnb in LA. I'm gonna take my show on the road. I'm gonna get me an Airbnb in the Philippines. I'm gonna get me an Airbnb in Thailand because I know the prices are way cheaper. But what I didn't know is that you can't finance. Americans can't finance. So I can't buy my little condo for 80 grand, put down 20 grand, and then pay 300 a month. Can't do that. They make you pay cash. So the most they'll let you do is you put down like a little percentage, and then you have a year to make your payments. But then at the end of that year, you got to come with the full payment. So that's the closest to financing they do at this time. So I was figuring all of that out when I came the second time. The first time I came in July of 2019. And then I came back in November in 2019. That's when I met Elle. But like I said, if you see that episode, I didn't really take it seriously. I'm in Thailand. I'm chilling. I'm out for divorce. I'm not trying to be settling with nothing. I'm trying to enjoy my options, you dig? So I came and then we were cool. And I said, okay, so now I'm looking at properties, trying to figure it all out. That's when I'm learning about the get down about how the financing is done. But I'm seeing all these beautiful places like the Philippines. That's another thing too, man. If y'all come to Thailand or any place this far, you don't just come and go to one country. You're already over here. You know what I mean? What you gonna do? Fly to Thailand, fly back home, fly to Philippines, fly back home. No, the Philippines is a 3.5 hour flight. So whenever you go far, just like me, like when I plan on zooming to Africa, I'm not just going to South Africa, bro. Like I'm starting at Egypt and working my way down Eritrea, Ethiopia, South Africa, coming up Gabon, which is where my ancestry comes from, going up to Nigeria, Benin and Togo, then jumping over to the little island over there. I always forget the name of the island, Cape Verde. And then from there, I'm going to Portugal so I can get them back for what they did to our women.
Amen.
I'm gonna take it out all day with me. You know what I mean? I mean that's my thinking, man. You know what I mean? I know I shouldn't be thinking like that, but yeah. So that's the plans to move around. So I didn't plan on being here like that because you got to remember this is pre-beer virus. So when I came back the third time was in February 2020. So I came like 3 times in like 9 months because I was that serious. And then when I came, I went to the Philippines first, scoped out what I wanted to get, came to Thailand, scoped out what I wanted to get, hooked back up with Elle. And then I was about to leave. And remember, it wasn't nothing serious. Then I was about to go to Cambodia and then Vietnam to see what all my options would be. And then the beer virus hit. And I was like, man, they said the same thing with Ebola. It ain't gonna be long. Just give me an excuse to stay here for another month. So, and the beer virus never went away, and I never went away, man. So that was the reference to Gilligan's Island. It's like, I wasn't like, a lot of people think, oh man, you a genius. Like, man, you got about just in time. And like, it was all on accident, brother. Like I had no idea there was gonna be a beer virus. I had no idea it was gonna impact the world like that. My daughter didn't get to have a graduation. Everything was just upside down, bro. So it's like, so that's kind of what got me here. But once I really sat here and I started watching the news back home, I was like, they going crazy out there. Like it's insane. Like I'm looking like it's insane. Like what the hell? Like why would I want to even do that? I want to get I want my daughters like, y'all come out here and be with me, but they want nothing to do with Thailand. If I had a son, he'd definitely be with me. But my daughters, they stuck in the LA lifestyle. But my youngest is now going to college. So they're adults now. I did my 18 years taking care of them, always been there. But I'm like, now it's time for daddy to live. You know what I mean? Because I know once they hit college, they under their own life. So that's pretty much it. I hope I answered that. That's the
definitely.
That's the story the way I remember it.
What do you think was the final straw when it came to dating in America?
When I saw how they shitted on Kevin Samuels when he died, how the women like celebrated.
Oh man.
I was like, damn, I said it's gone. I said it's over. Because you got to remember, man, the thing about social media and the internet, it gives everybody a platform to say something. You know what I mean? So every idiot can say something just as well as any intelligent person. and a lot of people are thirsty for views, so they'll do like, like set their ass on fire or do whatever it is that they're gonna do to try to get views or go viral or whatever it is. It's like, so there's no structure. It's the wild, wild west. There's no, set of rules of what you can and can't do. Don't get me wrong, you go too crazy, Google will get you up out of there. But people will keep pushing that line, man. So it's like, so when I saw that, man, it was so sad. It's like,
Hello? Oh, is that my Wi-Fi?
okay. We stopped the recording. Oh, your 40 minutes is up. You missed your 40 minutes. You hit the 40-minute limit.
I paid.
Huh?
Wi-Fi's acting dumb.
What you call scissors, baby? Make sure you put my scissors back, because you always take my scissors. Ding dong. What was we saying when we got disconnected by the Zoom guys? What happened? What were we saying?
You were talking about Kevin Sims and having a passport. And
that's what it was. Yeah, I was saying before I go there, I gotta see. Shout out to your poster in the back. I just noticed that. I see the great Laker legends up there. I see you back at the LA hat. I wasn't even paying attention. I see you now. Got Kobe, Magic. Let me tell you something, man. Magic Johnson, man, is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet, man. The same way you see him is the same way he is, man. I love Magic. Love Kobe, Shaq. That's a dope little poster you got back there. So shout out to that. Shout out to your Laker legends, Kareem, of course, and Shaq. Okay.
We're huge. We're huge Laker fans. We're huge Kevin Samuels fans. He was a motivator for us. A big advocate in why we do what we do when it comes. When he left us, it hurt a lot. Not just him, lead attorney. People like all of you guys. Like we watch all of you guys, and I want to thank all of you, kind of like paving the way for people like us.
Future, man. You guys are what we leave behind. You know what I mean? Analogy on your side. You got so many things going for you. Y'all got to do, and I tell people all the time, all we got to do is stick together, bro. That's the key to women, supporting each other, sticking together, helping each other, doing what I mean. But it has to be like the right people. Like I said, when I looked at y'all, because if y'all was on some BS, I probably wouldn't have, even make time. But because I see you guys are trying to do something positive, it's like, why wouldn't me or anyone else want for something like that? You know what I mean? You have to support out stuff if y'all your powers for good. And watch a year from now, man. Y'all gonna be in a whole different place. Y'all gonna doing y'all thing, man. Just stay true to what you're doing, man. Consistent, and stay positive. Like a lot of channels, like they I call it the cheat code, because they do reaction channels, like, what I mean? And it's like, and it's cool because they run out of material. Like every day there's gonna be new news. There's gonna be Amber Heard, there's gonna be whatever, there's gonna be a death of somebody, there's gonna be whatever. So some of the material sells itself up from scratch. Like I don't get to do I mean, I could, but I just don't. Like I try to do everything original if I can, you know what I mean? So it takes me a little bit longer. People say, oh, we want to see more. Okay. Y'all good for that?
Yeah, I think we should be good now. My Wi-Fi is acting funny.
Yeah. So. I'm in Thailand and you in the Matrix and your Wi-Fi is acting funny.
For real.
Yo, this only happens Only happened with you, so you gotta be the bad luck. I don't know.
Oh, there you go. Okay, now I'm bad luck. All right, boop. All right, yeah, get out this house.
That's petty.
Don't call me bad luck. I'm trying to spread love. You got to pay your bill. Did you pay the bill?
That's hilarious.
That's what my boy. I used to be our ongoing joke when somebody's cell phone wasn't working. Just come out and say, "Man, pay your bill, nigga. That shit don't work."
No, for real. So, what are some of the things that women do over there to make your lives easier?
I mean, if you watch the channel, I'll show you that damn near every episode. I mean, it's just there's defined gender roles. You know what I mean? You know, I provide and protect. She nurtures and takes care. You know what I mean? And I like it like that. You know what I mean? I like being a man and providing and protecting because number one, you know, people with the matrix mentality, they'll call that tricking. I got a woman cooking for me, cleaning for me, taking care of me, translating for me, doing things that I could not do, negotiating. I got all of these things for a woman and y'all see, I can't make this up. Like, you know, this is really what it is. And people with a matrix mindset will call that tricking. Meanwhile, you know what I mean? It's like, if we say, okay, well, let's turn the camera around and see what your life's like since we tricking, let's see what you're doing. And you will see it's just all smoke and mirrors, man. It's like, you know, they just talking. I'm showing you guys what it's like. I'm showing you guys what it's like to have a woman that her job is to like take care. Like, it's almost like that's the best way to put it. If you want to call it tricking, you could. How about an employee? You know, and I don't know. Like a woman might take that wrong in the matrix, but I don't know what else to say. You know what I mean? Because she takes care of me and I take care of her. So it's like, is that what an employee does? I don't know what you would call it, but I definitely wouldn't call it tricking. I would call it a good deal for everybody. You know what I mean? Because go ahead.
I think I would call it like a legit, like a helpmate, like not, you know, like a helpmate, you know?
Yeah. That's yeah. And it's like, but the matrix thing, that's another thing why I'll never live in the US again. I can't see myself living there again. That's another thing. It's like everything is turned upside down. So if you get a passport, you get shamed and you whatever they say about people with passports. If you get a good woman, you're tricking. If you enjoy your life, you're faking. If you because that's all they know is like just a negative tone. Like I don't get a lot of negative. If you read my comments, like in my say, I don't get a lot of like negativity. I would say literally 99% of the comments are positive because I rather have quality over quantity, just good people. You know what I mean? Because if a person comes on my channel hating, then it's obvious that their life is just horrible. So they got to like come and spray some hate juice over here. You know what I mean? How dare him have such a happy life when a mom over here is struggling? You know what I mean? And it's like, I get it, but it's like, instead of hating, take this game that I'm giving you and see that you can have the same thing. I'm no special or no different. Like I said, the playing field is level. I'm no different than anybody else. Like I said, I met Elle getting a foot massage, yo. You know what I mean? I was getting a foot massage. And I was like, this girl is beautiful. Like she looked way different. Like I was like, this one is cool. Let me see what this is about. You know what I mean? So I have me a cool friend out here. That's what I was looking, man. It took me, we've been together going on 3 years next month. We didn't officially like what happened. How it happened was, like I said, I was on my way to Cambodia, Vietnam, stopping in Thailand. When I was in Thailand, that's when the beer virus hit. So me and her, we was taking little trips around Thailand, and then the beer virus hit, and she been with me ever since. It ain't like we planned on it, and I was like, all right, you gonna live with me, and we're gonna do this because I was moving around. You understand me? Like y'all young too, hey. Y'all get it, man. I'm telling you, man. I don't care if you 26 or 56. This place will wear you out. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got enough ammunition in your holster to be able to deal with what's out here, man. It's literally, I'm telling you, man. It's like I know it's hard to believe because y'all in the majors and y'all can't see it, but I'm telling you, man, everything I'm showing you legit. Now I got a question for you with y'all young asses. Let me ask y'all a question. And when I say asses, I mean that in the most heterosexual. What would you guys want to see? Is there something that I'm not like tapping into with you guys, like at your age range? Is there something that I could be showing you guys, or something that you guys would want to see I haven't seen, or show more of what I haven't shown, or what is it that you guys look for?
It's kind of hard to critique because you hit all the areas. I think the only thing is like the people that that usually, like, the people that are in Thailand or that you've inspired and that are like, oh, I came because of you, are typically within the 30, 35, 40s. And it's like, I know I seen an interview. I don't know if it was Passport Rose or whatever his name is. He was like 29. So I forgot his name. So it's like,
Ja?
Yeah, he's 29 years old. He got a YouTuber.
Is that the one where's at the restaurant talking about Colombia, Thailand, or Brazil?
Exactly. So it's like
he's 29,
okay.
Yeah.
So I guess he's the closest thing to us. Because I was telling my homie, I was like, yeah, I want to see people our age out there. I want to see some young boys out there, and see how they react to it, see how they go crazy to it. Because I know people our age would go crazy. I know you're planning on doing that soon. Like when you hit 100,000, you're gonna fly somebody out there and all those things. The content is phenomenal. I feel like you hit everything on the nose. I think there's a lot of people my age that don't have passports. You know what I'm saying? And my demographic needs to be reached. Right. And I think that's for anybody 25 or 26 and to like 20 to 25, 26. Yeah.
Here's the thing that y'all know who Austin Holloman is?
I interviewed him.
Okay, so Austin is you guys' age, right? He's about your age.
He's 23.
That's right. Austin is younger. Yeah. I know he was in that range. Yeah, like Austin is like he's. Matter of fact, we just text each other just now. I'm gonna give him a call when I get off. He's coming out here. You know what I mean? So I'm sure we'll join forces and do some stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. He, like you guys are in the same age range. He's younger, but you guys are pretty much same age range. But yeah, that's what we're trying to do. I want this to be for everybody. The problem is when you're at the age you guys are at, you can't get up and move around like you might want to because you got a job or you got whatever, and you might not have the finances to do it. That's why it's more for at least from the analytical point, is between 35 and 55, because at that point in your age, you're gonna give yourselves like 5 more years. You guys are gonna be more comfortable in where you're at and what you're doing and making money. You know what I mean? So that might be a reason, but my content is for everybody that's over 18. You know what I mean?
Oh,
you know what I mean? So it's like I wish I could have people your age and younger. I mean, they can come. I'm doing my job. I'm showing y'all what it is. Blueprint. So it's like, now that's on them if they want to come and all of that stuff. But I definitely welcome that, man. The only thing I say, and I say this to everybody, it's like, especially at a younger age, man, it's easy to get buck wild and get in trouble out here, man, because even though, I show you guys like a lot of like, beautiful women and all of this stuff. It's like, it's a very conservative country, believe it or not. They allow things in certain areas, you know what I mean? It's in a controlled area, but you can't just be out there just, doing whatever the hell you want, however the hell you want. They got strict rules and guidelines, and they will kick you out or put you in jail, and it's nothing nice. You know what I mean? So you have to like, do your research. See, I got an episode called "Welcome to Thailand, Just Don't Go to Jail," because this place is Disneyland. You know what I mean? But Disneyland can turn into a nightmare if you disrespect, violate, do anything goofy, which you really don't. Everybody, like last night, there was a festival last night, like a little parade or whatever.
I've seen that.
Yeah, it was literally like tens of thousands. Did you see when I was walking around?
Yep.
No drama, no nothing, no stress, no loud, no turn. It was just everybody's cool. And like I said in my thing, I tell y'all, man, every 20 steps, you're gonna see a cool one. Did I lie? Did I exaggerate? When I when I walked through that thing? Every 20 steps. Like I can't make this up. I know it's hard to believe, but every 20 steps.
You never exaggerate. At all.
At all. And the thing of it is, what makes it even better opposed to the Matrix, what makes it even better is like these people have good attitudes. You're not going to get sued for giving them a compliment. You're not going to get in trouble for giving them a compliment. You know what I mean? They're gonna, even if they're like married or in a relationship, they're still gonna give you the respect to like, I have a boyfriend, sorry. It's all respect. It ain't no rolling of the neck and all of that goofiness, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's none of that, man. And that's what you young dudes got to see and find out, because, and I'm not saying just Thailand, you want to stretch out, man. You want to stretch out and see what it is. Like, I've been to Jamaica, I've been to Puerto Rico, I've been to Australia, I've been to Brazil, I've stretched out all over the world. I've been to Italy, I've been to Spain. That's why I call myself the travel OG, because OG, you have to put in some work, right? So, 20 countries around the world is work. So that's why I say the travel OG, because I earned it. I got my 20 countries in. I just haven't been to Africa yet. Before I haven't been to Asia and I hadn't been to Africa. So now I got Asia. I still haven't been to China or Japan. You can't count a layover. I had a layover in Japan. That's what, when you're going from LA to Thailand, there's a layover in either Japan or Korea. So layovers. Huh?
I was in Colombia like 2 weeks ago.
What was that like? That's where I want to go. Tell me about. Now it's your turn for the interview. Tell me about Colombia, because my boy Dre out there. Huh?
Listen, that was a life-changing experience. I'm not gonna lie. I was out there wilding. I'm not gonna hold you. I was out there wilding. I mean, I had fun. I had the time of my life. Cost of living is super cheap. $1 US is 4,000 pesos. So, you could live on a little bit for a lot. Everything was inexpensive. Like, and just like you said, it was overwhelming. It got to the point where it was overwhelming to where it's like every step you take, every corner you look, it's just
you're telling them normal day. That's just a normal day. It's just Tuesday. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's like, do you know what you would be like in America, in the States? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, they built different, and I had my fun, but I also had the best of both worlds, to where it's like I met a few girls that was like, that really held it down on some cooked food and did wash my clothes and prepared everything for me, that I still talk to this day. To this day, to where it's like, where you gonna?
You can't make this shit up. Like, you can't make it up. But that's what I mean by the software. Because that same girl that's doing all that for you, she come to the Matrix, within 3 years, her software will be, actually be quicker than that. Probably be within a year, the software will be changed.
Exactly.
So yeah, even 6 months, it could be 6 weeks. You know what I mean? Because nothing more powerful than a girl that's fine that don't know she fine. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Power. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? But the problem is, in America, even the 3s and 4s think they fine. That's what I mean by upside down, man. It's like, I've seen, man, when I used to go on dating sites, I used to go on like POF. Is that still around? They still got POF?
Yeah.
See, I'm giving away my age. I don't know what they got over there. And I know they got Tinder and all that shit. Huh?
They got it.
But even on Tinder, like, see, y'all came in the Tinder age where it's like, dude, man, how many women are gonna really swipe on you? You know what I mean? Like, how many, because they got so many options, and they all pick the same dudes. You know what I mean? They all want the same prototype male. So, and the same prototype male is hitting all of them. You know what I mean? Out here in places like Colombia, the playing field levels out, man. And that's where you want, man. You want to go where you're getting a better deal, right? You don't have to just settle for whatever it is you get, man. You know what I mean? Here, take what you get. Like, I watched some lady saying, y'all better trying to get y'all passports. Y'all better stay here and act right. Like,
get the fuck out of here. What? Please.
And I'm telling you, man, once you leave, and because you went to Colombia, but once someone leaves and goes somewhere like a Colombia or a Brazil or a Thailand, because those are my 3 main countries. I haven't been to Colombia yet. I'm doing Colombia soon at some point. Within the next year, I'm doing Colombia. It has to happen. Once you experience it just like you did, once you experience it, when you come back home, everything looks totally different, bro. You'd be like, I can't believe
out of place. I felt out of place. Like, I came back and I'm like, what am I doing here? What is this?
You're saying that at what? How old are you? 27?
I'm 26.
26, you're saying that. Imagine 46,
yeah,
36, 56.
yes.
Man,
And the thing, and the thing is, I done been around. Like I done went to Spain. You know, I was in the military. I was stationed in Germany for 4 years. So you know, I got to deal with every type of woman you could think of, and every place I went to, it's a different type of love. It's a different type of love from the women. They love us there. They crave us there wherever we go. For real. For real.
The software is different. We're the most, I don't know if you watch El Guapo, Beautiful Lies, man.
Oh,
He
yeah.
said it. We're the most sexually desired man on the planet. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They love us. Now, don't get me wrong, in the pecking order, the white boys get first choice. And that's even in Thailand, like I've noticed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, they be like, I got a bad one and I see some bad ones, but it maybe it's a coincidence, but I see them with some of the baddest. Like, where did he find her? Like, it
now OD, because they think they got the bag. They think they got, you know, the money. You know,
I think that's part of it, but the other part of it, man, you guys don't really understand how influential entertainment is, Hollywood and music. Like Black people got the music genre down, so they love us. You know what I mean? The music. The white boys, you know, they're like Superman and Aquaman, and they can do all this amazing stuff, and they always win the girl at the end and romantic and all of that. So from watching movies, I think they desire that, and then listening to music, they desire. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. I could be way off, but that's just what makes sense to me.
So I think another interesting thing that could be added to your content is seeing someone who's more of an average looking, or, you know, maybe don't have the best physical attributes, and you bring them to Thailand and you see them do well. Because one of the points you bring up is that it's an even playing field. So if someone sees, you know, a guy 250, 260, 280 pulling women that, you know, a handsome man could pull, I think that might be interesting. That might get a younger audience too. He's like, oh wow, like anybody he's 5'4", he's still getting girls, you know, like.
Right. Well, you know what's funny? It's funny that you say that. I got a segment that I do. Y'all haven't seen it yet. It's called "If He Can Have Her, Why Not You?" So, so what I do is, like, you see, that's the trick with filming out here. Like, you're not really supposed to be filming people because, you know, somebody might be married and be there with his boo thing. You know, people don't really want to be put on blast. And some of the women out here might not want to be on camera because, you know what I mean, they got somebody taking care of them and they want them, they supposed to be in the house, you know what I mean? So a lot of people are like leery about being filmed. So it's a select way you got to do it. Like, I try not to invade people's space or privacy. Like, you know, if you have a camera and you're just moving and walking along, you know, they don't really, you know, that's at right now, but laws can change out here at any time. But now they got a new law about filming and stuff like that. So you really got to be cognizant about like what you're doing and how you're filming. But my thing, if he can have her, why not you? I got dudes, man. I'm telling you, man. Last night when I was filming, you'll see a man. I can't make this up, man. Between the ages of 65 and 75. I'm not exaggerating. Between the ages of 65 and 75, and sometimes 80, but on the average, 65 and 75. 65 and 75, you see him with a 24-year-old, 30-year-old, and it's just normal. Like, nobody bats an eye. If you was at home and you seen a 65-year-old dude with a 22-year-old woman, it would be a problem. You know what I mean? But here, it's just normal, man. As long as it's legal, you know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody batting an eye, man. And you get treated like that. So I point out in real time, like, if he can have her, why not you? Matter of fact, I'm glad y'all reminded me. I might have to throw, because it's just a quick, it's not like it's a whole episode. It's like I'll have like 10, 15 seconds of this guy, 5 seconds of that guy, and, you know, something like that, and just showing how you can win.
I've actually seen that in your content, to where it's like you showed for a few seconds an old man with a young girl, some big dirty white guy with, you know, a bad Thai girl, like, you know, and you'll point the camera and be like, you see what I'm talking about? I can't make this shit up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes, that's what I'm saying. If he can have her, why not you? Like, if he can do this, you gonna tell me you can't? And you got to remember what you guys, the advantage you guys do have is youth. So you got to remember, when you look at us that are older than you, we're a snapshot into the future. This is what you're gonna be in the future. you got a choice to be like the travel OG, or you got a choice to be like your homie that's in prison. You got a choice to be working yourself to death. Like, we're a snapshot to where y'all gonna be. So pay attention to the people that's older than you, right? So you can see what's going on. But when you see it, but the advantage you guys have with your youth is, even though you'll see a 25-year-old, let's say for y'all age, 26-year-old with a 60-year-old, right? Even though the playing field is legal, I mean, is level, they would probably much rather be with somebody closer to their age. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got the advantage there. You know, see, it used to be back in the day, it was normal. It was normal for older dudes to be with younger women out here. But now the younger dudes are finding out, and they starting to come. Like, y'all would want to be at a club called 808. Like my boy Ja, you were talking about earlier. Shout out to Ja. Ja just sent me. In fact, I'll show y'all, man. I don't make this shit up. Okay. Oh, look, Ja just texted me. Ja just texted me.
Say less.
Let me see. I'm on a podcast talking about you right now. Period. Let me know if you can tap in. These brothers are your age. All right. So I'm gonna show you, because I told him, I said I need footage because I don't go out, right? So I don't get to go out. So that's 808. Can y'all see that?
Yeah, I can see it.
Tell me y'all little 27-year-old having it y'all way.
Lit what? Lit what?
And 808, here's the thing. Brothers, what we normally like. We normally like thick women, right? That's what we normally like. So guess what? In Asian countries, when you thick, you're not beautiful. So our beauty is way different than their beauty, right? So all the thick ones, the dark ones, the melanated ones, that's where they go. They go to 808 because they know they're going to get all the love there, which they do. The only problem, the only catch to it is some of them, they take on that Matrix, you know, persona. Like, you know, now they the shit now. They face, you know, they doing they little, you know, they doing all of that American stuff. Not all of them. I ain't been out in a while. Like I said, I don't really get to go out that much. So, because I be in here working. But trying to get Ja to tap in. Y'all should talk to him because he's that's the guy. Is that guy you were talking about?
Okay, so, for sure.
He sees this. He just, because I had him like, he's like my man on the streets dude now. Like because he goes out all the time. So he showed me like the outside of 808. You know what I mean? That's like on Walking Street. See, things are starting to get back to normal now because it's been you know. The COVID thing had everything all messed up, and now it's crowded, traffic, all that shit. That's enough. It's like almost. Have you ever been to Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Okay, when you go to Las Vegas, right? You on the Strip, you going to the hotels, you loving that, right? You doing all of that Vegas stuff, right? But somebody that lives in Vegas, they'll tell you, dude, they don't go nowhere near that Strip. They don't want to sit in traffic because they're used to it. So that's kind of like me being out here for 3 years. It's like I'm used to it now. Plus, you know. It'll get a little jelly when I go out, you know what I mean? And that's the difference too. That's the difference. Can you imagine if it was the other way around? And we was in the States, hell could walk 5 steps without like, you know, stepping to her. You know what I mean? But that's the way it is out here. It's everything is reversed. You become the fine chick in the club. You know what I mean? Without being the chick in the club. You become the, I'm saying in terms of attention, you become that. And that's what's overwhelming. I can't say how I was in Colombia like that, but I
okay, it was so overwhelming.
It's overwhelming, bro. And that's why I try to tell y'all, man. Y'all better listen. Y'all better stay away from them haters. And I ain't got much more to say, but y'all stay away from the haters. Don't let them shame you out of seeing what your life, what you could really have. This brother here has told you guys himself. It ain't just me talking from Thailand. It's somebody who's been to Germany. I never been to Germany. I heard they love brothers out there, and I heard they got the fatties. They got the fatties.
All of that.
Stallions out there. You
all
know
of
what I mean?
that.
Love, brother. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying, man. The world is yours, you guys, man. You guys just have to go and get it, man. Y'all young enough to pick up on the game and do what you do, man. So
what about Brazil? What are some of the
I love Brazil. Brazil is dope. See, like if you ask for my prototype of what it is, like what I like if you saw my ex-wife, if you saw my ex-girlfriends, if you saw my prototype is like, I love a small waist. Everything else can be big. Small waist, fat stomach, everything else can be big. I love natural. That's one thing about Colombia here. They got a lot of, you know, extra out parts. I like natural. I like a natural woman. You know what I mean? So I like everything to be naturally there. I like a beautiful bronze color. And I like something that can just come up out the beach, out of the beach water, and just shake that and lay back down and finish tanning. You know, I like that shit. That's what I like. And I don't want it to be a weave either. She got to shake that shit. You know what I mean? I want to see it coming to me in slow motion. Like that's my type, right? So that's what I've always had. So when you talk about Colombia and Brazil, that's the Travel OG's like prototype. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So Brazil is cool too, but that's the only thing, like I say, what takes, and I ain't been to Colombia yet, but what takes Thailand over the top for me is safety. See, in Colombia, he got to worry about if I kiss her titty, am I going to be asleep for the next 3 days and wake up all my shit gone? I'm missing a kidney. You know what I mean? If I'm in Brazil, are they going to just snatch my cell phone out of my hand? Ain't nobody going to do nothing about it. I'm going to get robbed in the middle of daylight. You know what I mean? Like the stories I've heard when I was in Brazil, it was cool. Like I went a long time ago, but cool when I went. But you know the stories you hear, it's just like being in LA. Like everybody ain't gang banging and everybody ain't dangerous and all that stuff. But when you hear the stories, it makes you go, damn, you think everything's like that. So you got to err on the side of caution. So Brazil has that tough, because think about it, man. Like I like mixed, anything mixed with black to me is usually beautiful. You can mix you can take an ugly black person and an ugly anything else and make Halle Berry. You know what I mean? So it's like that. So I like mixed women, and what makes Brazil and Colombia so dope is because they got the African, they got the indigenous Indian, and then they got a European. Because everybody that conquered, what's the first thing men do when they conquer? They impregnate the women and create their own thing. That's why a lot of this country speaks Spanish. That's why in Brazil and Colombia they speak Spanish. Mexico, all the way down Chile, all the way down, because the Spaniards came and conquered them. Why do we speak English? Because the English conquered the Indians. Whoever conquered, that's the language that you speak. So they have this beautiful mix. You know what I mean? They have it in Brazil. They got it in Colombia. And I love that mix, man. I just love mixed people. I think it's beautiful. That's why, you know, because we're black, whatever we touch, whatever we impregnate, that becomes black, because we got the most powerful, the strongest genes. I'm not saying that just because I'm black. I'm saying it because these are facts. Like scientists say this. So that's what I love, man. I love mixing. I love culture. I love learning culture. I love learning languages. I love learning food, trying different food. And that's part of the experience. Don't get me wrong, man. You know, women is the exclamation point, you know, to being in Thailand or anywhere else. That's the exclamation point. But you got so many other layers to the country. Like I said, cost of living, food, culture, language. You got all this stuff. And then the exclamation point is, you know, having a beautiful woman that will love you for who you are, hopefully, if you pick the right one. Like, you know, that's another thing too. If y'all like, you know, a lot of people are suckers, man. And I say that when I'm episode, y'all see it. If you're a sucker, you're gonna get licked.
Yep, I've seen that.
Yeah, because if you don't, I mean, you still gotta, even though I say this is a safe place where we're from, whether it's Jamaica or Africa or South Central LA, you always gotta keep your head on the swivel and be aware wherever you are, because you can get it anywhere, you know what I mean? But it's just the chances are less likely. So, but even still, you got to be aware. So if you meet a beautiful woman that's half your age, that's every 5 minutes crying they need money about something, bitch, I just met you 2 days ago. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
People will tell you who they are. You know what I mean? So when people show you who they are, believe them. But some men just be caught up. I got this fine ass girl. You know what I mean? That's all they can think about. You know what I mean? But finding a woman in Thailand, Colombia, Brazil, in my opinion, is the least of your worries. The real challenge is finding the right woman. That's the challenge. And once you the right woman, if that's what you want, like, you know, that's another thing too, man. Don't let them do this to you guys, man. I gotta tell y'all, man. It's like whose business is it why you come out here and what you come out here for? If you coming out here to party till your piece fall off, if you're trying to knock as many things down as you can, that's you. You're on your vacation. Who's to say? But when you go to Vegas, it's okay. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. If you want to do that, it's okay. But if a man want to exercise his option, they always try to belittle it. But the reason why a lot of times they belittle it because they know the cat is out of the bag. And once we realize that the shenanigans ain't acceptable, that's really what they worried about, in my opinion. But it's too late, man. It's over, man. Like I said, with that Kevin Samuels thing, it's over. Like I could. What is the advantage of somebody in the Matrix? And now, don't get me wrong. Not everybody's like that. You can still find some good ones, but the internet is blown up to where everybody thinks they fine. And that's a problem because everybody ain't fine, you know what I mean? And that's another thing about like Brazil, Colombia, Thailand. The women are beautiful, but they don't think they fine because everybody's beautiful. Like we all, you know what I mean? We all in shape. We all cool. I'm nothing special. I'm just, I'm just another orange in the orange bag. You know what I mean? It's like, no, baby, if you was in the United States, you would be a straight up killer. So
yes.
Yeah. But anyway, I know I talked y'all ear off, man. Are y'all good?
He definitely good. The Kevin Samuels thing was really disheartening. I'm not gonna lie. It was. Yeah. I'm not a fan of talking crap about people who have passed, no matter how much you dislike them, because I feel like they're gone already. So just let them go. Like what more is there to say? And for so many people to rejoice, it was so disheartening, man. It was so disheartening.
That just exposes who they really are. You know what I mean? That's why I say, like, if people come on my channel and start hating, it's like, you're exposing yourself because, number one, I don't talk bad about Black women ever. You watch my channel, I don't do that. I stay away from the negative. Like, I always show people, like, why don't you show when people, get their heart broken? Why don't you show when people, whatever, something bad happens? I'm like, that's not my experience. If I have a bad experience, trust me, I will talk about it. But my experience is 99% has been, wonderful because this place, there's no stress. The only stress you have here is the stress you put on yourself. Shout out to the golf police. That's his line. But it's true. The only stress you're going to have is stress you. As long as you play good in the sandbox, there's no reason to get stressed out. So for somebody to hate on somebody trying to show people a better life and encourage brothers, that just lets you know their state of mind. You know what I mean? So, and you got to pray for them, man, because, just think about that, man. People hating on somebody for having a passport.
It's crazy.
That's like earlier. That's like hating on somebody for having a driver's license. That's all it is. It's a glorified driver's license. It's just your ID to show where you are in the world. It's not, you know what I mean? So it's like for people to hate on, think about that. Like, you got to really let that sink in. Like, because I used to think, like, why are they mad? They mad because we got passports? Like, what is what?
It don't make sense to me.
At all. So that lets you know that's just where they are in their life, man. So, but the thing for me, hey, you get mad because I'm showing you I got my passport. I'm really going to make you mad. When you finish seeing what I'm about to do in these next episodes, you really going to get mad because it fuels me. Because whatever you don't want people to see, I'm really going to show it to them now. Because all I need somebody to do is tell me I can't do something. You know what I mean? That's all I need you to do. That's all the motivation I need. You know what I mean? So especially when I'm moving in righteousness, especially when I'm moving in with a positive message, it's like, you can't stop me, man. I got to keep on going.
That's a fact.
Do you think some women in Thailand fetishize Black men? Because that's another thing where it's like, well, of course they do because they fetishize.
Of course, that because y'all two coming to Thailand, y'all gonna look like their favorite rapper. Of course. But think about it though. Like that's enough. See, that's Matrix thinking. Not saying you are, but that could be flipped, and you could say, yeah, man, it's just a fetish thing. They just want to do it Black. But you can also flip it back the way they look at it is like, man, I feel like I'm connected. It's just like the same thing of y'all. What city are y'all in?
New York.
Okay, y'all in New York. Even though they got everybody in New York. Y'all in Queens? Okay. Hey, that's damn near the birthplace of hip hop, but Run DMC, man, I'm a big Queen. I love New York, man. I only stayed in Manhattan, but I just love just the essence of New York. But I'm
majority of your following is from New York, right?
My biggest followers is from New York, but that's not why I like New York. I like New York way before that. Like, New York is where I got all my hip hop from when we first started. LA, we idolized New York, man. You know what I mean? We did until they started dissing us, talking about our Jerry curls and NWAs and all that stuff. That's what started to change. But that's why we had to find our own voice, because back then we wanted to be like y'all, you know what I mean? But we found our own voice, which is the birth of gangster rap and all that stuff. But what was I saying? I was making a point.
Fetish.
Oh, the fetish thing. So it's just like I told you earlier, how the movies will make them like white men. Well, the musicals what makes them like black men, because we, hip hop runs the world. You know what I mean? It started in New York. It started in the Bronx on Cedric Avenue. And then from there it stretches out to Brooklyn and Queens, and then Long Island you got Rakim. In Queens you got LL, you got 50 Cent, you got Run DMC. In the Bronx you got Fat Joe. In Brooklyn you got the best rappers, Jay-Z, Big. You got and now it's worldwide. Took over rock and roll, R&B, everything. So guess what? Women like to fuck the conqueror. Who is the baddest? Who is the biggest? Who has the best music? Who has that? So when they see you and you're from New York, like they'll never get to go to New York. So you are New York to them. So that's what makes a fetish. It would be the same as if y'all was at Starbucks. I don't know, y'all don't seem like the Starbucks type, but I'm just using that as an example. You guys are at Starbucks standing in line, in a long ass Starbucks line, or in the iPhone line, whatever line you want to be in, and the girl standing right in front of you or behind you, little unassuming Thai woman that's bad, fine, body, cool, and talking to you, saying, hey, I'm just visiting from Thailand. I've never been here before. I don't know anybody. I just came to America. You're going to be like, hey, I'll be your tour. I'm going to show you everything. You're going to let that down, because she ain't been tainted by nothing. She don't know nobody. You get to represent what you want to represent, and you get to lock her down. And that's the same way you would fetishize her. You might not have never been with a Thai woman or a foreign woman. Like, that's the same way they look at us. So it's kind of cool. I like it. You know what I mean? Because the way we're treated in our own country, it's like, to know that everywhere else in the world we get the royal treatment. It's like, dude, that's another reason. And that's why a lot of the women don't want us to leave, because they know, because they can't do that. That's another reason why they can pretend like they can do that, but there's no other culture that's going to put up with that attitude. There's no other culture. Now, they could be used as a fetish, like, okay, it's a black girl from the States, but they're not going to, nobody long-term is going to put up with that attitude. Nope. But if you notice, a lot of the sisters, when they date outside their race, you notice they don't have that attitude with them.
They don't.
That attitude. Because they know, you know what I mean? It's like, if they want to succeed in dating outside the matrix, then they're going to have to lose the attitude. But when you're like that, when it's embedded in you, as soon as you get angry, it's going to come up anyway. But that's the difference. See, we have the advantage. See, it's just like what you guys know, like at the age of like 18 to like 30, the women have the advantage because they got youth. They got all of that youth on them. They got the advantage. But once they pass 30 and they're getting out of age to be able to have children and all that stuff, they don't become, now they're 30, they got to compete with the new group of 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds, 23-year-olds. And then when they turn 30, it's a new group coming. You know what I mean? So their time is limited. Us as men, we just season and get better. Because a man wants a woman that looks at, we don't give a shit if she lives at her mama house in her mama's basement. If she goes to the gym, takes care of herself, good looking, we don't care. But a man has to have his shit together, because a woman wants to be provided and protected for. It's just natural law. You know what I mean? Like, you can go back to the caveman days, man. The caveman had to go out and find that animal and kill it, bring it back. And then the woman would make something out of it, make fur coats, make food, whatever it is they were going to do, because those were the gender roles. And that's what we lost in the Matrix, is the gender roles. And that's the thing I just don't understand, man. And now, because of that, everything's falling apart. And unfortunately, Black people, we get the worst end of everything. Just like with Africa. Like, I've been wanting to go to Africa, but what's the medical like in certain parts of Africa? Like, I want to go to the real Africa. But of course, when you look on the index of hospitals, the number one all the way down to the number 100, guess who's in the bottom 80? If you have the bottom 80 countries, out of 80 of them, probably 15 are African countries. You know what I mean? So we get the worst end of it a lot of times. And that's why I say we got to come together and really like support each other. Because the first thing we do when we see somebody successful that's Black, we knock them down. And that's just what we do innately. You know what I mean? Eventually y'all get big enough. If they're not doing it now, they're going to hate on y'all. You know what I mean? It's just what we do, man. We on autopilot in terms of like, not supporting each other. But I look at it different, man. I believe everybody. That's why I'm trying to get Ja. I don't know if he got the mess. He might be out or he might be asleep. I wanted him to come on with y'all because y'all need to talk to him.
OD. I'm gonna pull up on you soon though. I'm gonna pull up on you soon. I'm thinking November timeframe because what's that website that you're promoting of the travel and
which one? Crazy Fearless Travel.
Yeah, like tickets is looking real good right now.
Yeah. Y'all should jump on that. You know what I mean? If you can, if you can, you definitely can. But I recommend no less than like 10 days, man. You can't do a week. You can't do 5 days. It's just not gonna work, bro. You gotta have, because out of that 10 days, 3 days is gonna be travel days, right? So you got that. You only got a week, even if you come for 10 days. So you got to really take that into consideration, because that's the good thing about keeping the Rays and Pookies away. Is like it's a long ass flight, and most people don't want to deal with that flight. But that's the only bad thing. Like, is the flight. The flight is long as shit. I'm telling y'all straight up. That's the only bad thing is the flight. But once you land, boy, once you get both feet planted in the ground, you pack your bags and you about 2 hours in, it's just, you're gonna forget about that flight. Everything is just the world will be your oyster. So I should recommend y'all do it.
Do you fly directly to
Thailand?
What's the capital?
No, they don't have direct flights at this time. Maybe as things pick up, but they don't have direct. You can fly a direct flight to the Philippines. Like what I tell people from LA, you can fly a direct flight to the Philippines.
Oh, I mean, flights to Pattaya is ridiculous.
You can't fly directly into Pattaya. You know, there's an airport here. There's an airport here, but everything goes through Bangkok. It's like if you're in New York, you got to come in through LaGuardia or JFK. You know what I mean? Or you could go to Newark. You know what I mean? You could do that, but you can't go into one of them little ass airports. You know what I mean? You can't fly into whatever out there. What's it called? Huh? You can fly that's what I'm saying. So it's the same thing with Pattaya. Pattaya is like San Diego versus to LA. You know what I mean? It's just like you know, like Long Island is to JFK. It's like that kind of a thing. You can't fly directly into Long Island.
How far is Pattaya from Bangkok?
Hour and a half. On the car, it's about 70 miles.
Okay.
You know, it's not bad at all. You know what I mean? It's but I tell people in my private consultations, which I thought this was, I tell people in my private consultations that you got to do at least a couple days in Bangkok before you come to Pattaya. Because I tell people, you know how you get on a roller coaster, it goes tick, 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 right? And then you go shoom. So Bangkok is getting you ready for it, and then when you get to Pattaya, zoom. That's when you in the big leagues. You know what I mean? Because Pattaya is like the Las Vegas of Thailand. Like they got all different parts. It's just like New York is nothing like LA. LA is nothing like Atlanta. Atlanta is nothing like Chicago. Chicago is nothing like Miami. That's how Thailand is. So, you know, different cities offer different things. You know what I mean? You know, the main four cities is Bangkok, Phuket, Pattaya, and Chiang Mai, but they're all different. Pattaya and Phuket is kind of similar, but Phuket got these beautiful beaches that Pattaya does. You know what I mean? And that's where you do all your shit. So when you go to Phuket, you're gonna spend more. Phuket is like New York, right? Yeah. Bangkok is like LA. Pattaya is like Vegas. Chiang Mai is like Atlanta. You know what I mean? I'm saying in terms of differences. You know what I mean? In terms of what you're looking for. So you know, that's what that is.
I'm gonna definitely link you when I get down there.
Yeah, man.
We're definitely gonna,
For sure, man. I anything I can do to help. See, did y'all write me back? No, that's Austin now. I'm trying to get you on with Josh. So how'd y'all interview go with Austin?
It went well. He's kind of a to the point kind of person. He's stoic. He put that in his bio that he's stoic. Yeah, but I think it went well. I have fun interviewing him.
You know what's funny? I hear the tone in your voice because remember I'm an actor and I'm a director, so I hear the tone in your voice. You're taking the higher road of it. I mean, it was cool. There was some disappointment in that interview. I hear it, but don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Like you said, Austin's what, 23?
Yeah.
For somebody at his age handling what he's doing the way he's doing it, I take my hat off to him. I literally haven't had a chance to like have a talk with him or nothing. I don't want to bring him on because I don't want to be like, I'm trying to like, you know, ride his whatever, you know. I said, let me wait till he finishes cooling off, and then we can like start a friendship. Because I'd rather be somebody's friend. This goes for any of my celebrity friends, because I've had celebrity friends that come up and go down. And I would much rather be their friend when they down, because that's when you know it's real. When they up, anybody can be your friend. So, not to say he's down or anybody's down. I'm just saying that's the way I move. So,
I think as the host though, how the show goes is on me. So if anything, I didn't do a good enough job. So
why do you think you didn't do a good enough job?
I think I probably because when you know when you prepare for these things, you probably expect it to go a certain kind of way.
Right.
And it didn't. His answers were shorter than I expected. And then
Okay.
you know when you're interviewing someone and they kind of just stop and just like that air time is like, oh wow, I didn't you know how to transition from that. So again, so that's on me because but you can't expect every interview to go the exact same way. So that
right. But let me ask you a question. You know, there's a cheat code for that, right? Like if all you got to do is just edit those parts. Like, I don't know if you guys edit it all, but you just take them dead spots off and just keep everything moving to the point, and people will never know the difference, bro. You don't know how many times like people tell them, "Oh man, Travel OG, you're editing." Y'all don't know, man. I'll be over here sweating. The key is to make it look easy. But I'll be like, okay, I got a shot of a girl in the bikini, right? But I can't just show one girl in a bikini. It's gonna look boring. So what do I got to do? I got to do magic. I got to hit y'all with razzle dazzle. I'll show a quick shot of her in bikini, then a slow motion shot of her in bikini, then another shot of her from a different angle. Because as long as I keep it moving and keep it interesting, nobody knows I only got that one shot, right? So when you have that kind of an interview, you know, you edit out all the dead spaces and just keep it moving. I know you probably like to keep it organic and keep it raw, but that's how you get out of that, because it's too many channels, man. You know, you can't give a person a chance to get bored or a reason to fucking switch your shit, because people get very. I watch, man. You don't understand. Like when I do my shows, I make sure if y'all watch my shows, I hit them so hard in the beginning to keep them locked in. You know what I mean? I'm gonna lock you in because I know within 10 seconds you can flip off if you don't like what you like. So I'm gonna lock you in. I'm gonna put up my ads for my Zoom to Thailand for the consultation. I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna keep you entertained. But even with all of that, you know, I still only get like 50% retention. You know what I mean? Which is a good number from what I understand. Y'all check y'all. See, that's what I'm saying. To me, I thought that was shit. Like in my mind, y'all motherfuckers supposed to watch the whole thing. Shit, I the whole time. Like, what we waiting for? You know what I mean? But when it's so many channels, so many options, you know what I mean? People just get bored. If we're in a microwave society, like everything needs to happen right away. So you never want to give people a chance to get bored if you can help it. You know what I mean? So when y'all do y'all interviews, you guys, if there's slow spots like that, y'all need to talk and be like, yeah, man, how to do it. You got to have energy. Yeah, man, how to do the Austin Holloman, man. We did our thing. That's what he did. Boom. And if a dead moment come up, you explain your way out of it. So yeah, man, it was a little awkward because, you know, the answers were so quick. But what I did, I just flipped out of it and went to something else. Boom. And then you back in there. That way you're keeping your audience engaged. And that's the advice I could give to you guys. Keep them engaged. You know what I mean? Like what I did, like what inspired me for my channel is like Anthony Bourdain, Parts Unknown. Y'all might be too young to know who he was. He was the dude that went around the world. Passport Heavy, who's dope. I love Passport Heavy. And then there's some of the white channels. I can't remember the name, but watching the style of what they do. Because my whole thing is, you got to remember, y'all in New York, right? I'm in Thailand. So when I'm posting stuff out here originally, I'm only hitting the algorithm in Thailand. How do I get to the US? US is the biggest market. How do you break in the US from Thailand, right? So I knew two things. I knew one, I had to be better than everybody else. I had to make sure my shit is better than anybody else. And number two, I had to be willing to put in the work to be better than everybody else. So that, and I'm not saying I'm better than everybody else. I mean that, you know, systematically thinking, like in my mind, I want to be, because I know there's a lot of channels that are better than mine, but I'm saying I still want to, in my mind, be better than everybody else. So my grind was different because I had to figure out a strategy to get into the algorithm. Like y'all was saying, New York is my biggest audience in the States. It's New York, LA, and then I forgot who comes after that. But like they said, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. So, and another big thing that I have for my channel is a lot of military and ex-military, because people in the military, they have the experience of traveling, so they get it, they understand, and they want to get the hell out. And then they got a good pension. You know what I mean? So those are the things that that you think about. You ain't thinking about a pension at 26 years old. You know what I mean?
No, I got a pension.
Well, you got a pension because you probably got an injury or something like that got you a pension, but you might not be getting 100% though. You might not be getting 100%, right?
Well, I am actually.
And shout out to you. But how many people like you get to do that at your age? You know what I mean?
Oh no.
How many people? So that's what I'm saying. So you got to play the odds. But that's another thing you need to be talking about. Like what I'm going to be focusing on more often is the military people. If you're ex-military, you're going to connect. Army, Navy. See, when y'all in the military, it's like Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, they kind of got their own thing. But when you're ex-military, when you're older, they're not really tripping on which sets you from in the military as much as they would have been if they were in the military. Like, where were you? Army? What were you? Army?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. See, like me, if I had to go, like in my acting career didn't work out, man, I was going to the Air Force, man. I was like, I want to be doing some fly technology. I want to try and fly a plane. I probably wouldn't have been smart enough to do it, but I would have tried. If I'm going to go, I'm going to do something like that. That's where my mind was. And then I just learned out from a military person that there's a difference between an officer and an enlisted person. I thought it was all the same. I thought you just work your way up, but no, you know what I mean? Officers a whole different get down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta go to school for that. You gotta drop a packet. It's a lot that comes with. You gotta get a degree.
A lot of people ain't want to do that. They want to just get in, do their 20 years and get out, man. Where else can you retire at 38 from 18? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It makes total sense. And you get to travel the world, and come on, man. Because there's military bases everywhere from America. You can pretty much post up wherever you want. I don't know if you guys watch Think Smart Financials. Do you watch Skylar Think Smart Financials? You guys need to check him out. But he's literally he just got his retirement thing. He's 37. He just got his retirement thing. And he's stationed in London. I didn't even know they had army bases in London, or military bases in London. I didn't even know that. I know about the normal places. I know about Germany, Kuwait, all those the normal place, but I didn't know they had them in London.
Sometimes it'll be a joint base sometimes where stuff like that.
So that's what you need to you need to focus on what it is y'all doing. Like, one of y'all from Jamaica, one of y'all from Africa. See, the beautiful thing about being a YouTuber is that the advantage you have is that nobody can tell your story like you. Nobody can live your life the way you live your life. Just like me, like I'm in Thailand. But see, that was the advantage I had when the COVID was happening. Like, everybody was open starting YouTube channels, but everybody wasn't in Thailand. And that was my angle. You know what I mean? Thailand, because I plan on Zooming everywhere, but I'm in Thailand right now. So that's the angle. So y'all angles, man, I come from Jamaican immigrants, up country. We didn't have internet, People relate to that. They want to hear about the struggle. They want to hear about like you asked me, what's your story? They want to hear how you got there. How did you get to this channel? How did you get Zoom to Thailand? How did you do this? What did you do? You know what I mean? Don't tell people you bugged the shit out of Zoom to Thailand. Just tell them that part though. Hey man, y'all was on me like a cheap suit. I'm like, bruh, like damn, give me a minute, like damn. Where y'all at? Y'all was on me. They was on me, boy. They was on me. I'm like, dude, I just woke. Can y'all see how he was on me? I just woke up. They're like, hey, you ready? You ready? I'm like, bruh, you ready? You ready? I'm like, bruh, like, you ready? I'm like, shit.
Yeah, he didn't give me no update. He was leaving me on scene. I was getting no update. I'm like, yo, is it working? Like, yo, what's going on? Like, can you
make it up? You know why? But you know what's funny? I was gonna cancel because I'm like, this niggas is pressuring me too much. Because when I do an interview, I want to be on. I want to give you guys the best version. I want to be coherent in what's going on. But if you notice, when we started the interview, I'm kind of slow. I'm picking up. You know what I mean? I don't want to give you some BS. You know what I mean? It's like I want to be what it is. It's just like when I was in I'm starting to get recognized in Thailand. When I go out, I see brothers. And I met a dude that been watching the channel, doing all that stuff. He's like, man, we hung out, went to Sunni's barbershop. We went and had lunch, and he was like, man, I really want to say, bro, it's like, I'm so glad you're the person who I see on the thing, because a lot of people, you see them and you meet them in person, it's a big letdown. You know what I mean? But who I am is who I am. You're gonna like me or you're not. It's all good either way. I'm still gonna be me. But it's like, it's important, like, to be authentic, and it's important to really connect with the people that rock with you. You know what I mean? And hopefully y'all subscribe to Zoom to Thailand, right?
For sure.
Oh yeah, we subscribe to everything you got. Like at first, because we was like, what is this senior citizen doing? Like we thought you couldn't find the app store. Like we thought like you didn't know what Zoom was. Like
you see that? You say y'all stereotype me. You say y'all stereotype the old man. You stereotype me. Y'all don't even understand me. Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell you what I don't know. I don't know like the little technical. You know, I don't know how to like the algorithms and TikTok and Reels and all, because I don't even use all that stuff like I could to its potential. I'm just now starting to do the shorts, the YouTube shorts. That stuff I don't know. But a lot of people think I just jumped on here with Zoom to Thailand. You know what I mean? It's like, if you do your research, if you look on YouTube, I had a channel called the Nappy Network, and I got all this footage on NWA. I've been on since 2006, y'all. Wow. So how old were y'all in 2006?
10.
Since y'all were 10 years old.
At elementary.
I've had a YouTube channel. The only reason why I started Zoom to Thailand and didn't use it on my old channels, because they wanted me to take down all my stuff to become monetized. They're like, you got to take down, because I got, back then it was the Wild Wild West. You could play whatever music you wanted. You could pretty much do whatever you wanted on YouTube back then. So my channel's kind of grandfathered in the stuff that I have. But I was like, ain't no way I put in all that work to take it down. So I mean, I'm just gonna start a new channel. I just got to start over. So you know what I mean. And that's how it happened. And by the grace of God, man, I went semi-viral. I don't call it viral. To me, viral is a million views. I still have yet to crack 1 million views. I don't have that yet, so I don't call anything viral. But
this guy here is viral.
Huh?
Viral crazy on TikTok. This guy here.
Who?
Him. My homie, viral crazy on TikTok.
That's his name, Viral Crazy?
No. Like he's huge on TikTok.
Really? See, that's how you know my age. Like this is what I learned about old people. No, this is what I learned. This is when you realize you're old. And one day you guys will be lucky if you're lucky enough to live this long. One day I figured out when the generations get separated by age. And do you guys know what that is?
Nah.
It's the music. You got to remember, I come from the era that created hip hop, right? I come from the era, I mean, it was a little before my time, but I'm right there, like, you know, the KRS-Ones, the LL Cool J's, the Run DMCs, the Houdinis, all when hip hop was fun, like, you know, the UTFO, Roxanne, like 86 on is like 86 to like 96 is when it was really like popping before like when that should happen. So we have that, but when you know when you're old, are not older, or you disconnect, is when you miss the music, like, because I don't understand y'all music no more. Like the hip hop y'all be doing, the lyrics is whack and it's mumble rap, and it's like I don't really get it. Like, and that's when I know either I'm old, because I don't really feel like, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong, because y'all younger, man. I don't really feel like you have to be really talented anymore. Like if you put up, if you put up, now I'm not saying everybody, because they got some dope artists out there. I'm saying generally speaking, like, cause y'all got, what's that thing y'all use? What's the thing y'all use for independent artists? Come on, y'all help me out. SoundCloud. So y'all use like sound, y'all have all these avenues that we didn't have. Like when we were doing it, you had record labels and independent record labels, right? Y'all probably don't know what records are, but you had that. And in order to get a deal, you had to be the best. You had to be the best in the neighborhood. You had to be the best in your borough. You had to be the best. You had to go battle people. You know, y'all don't know about like DMX battling Jay-Z. You know what I mean? Freeway battling Casper. Like you had to Jay-Z, the billion.
Jay-Z back Big L.
Yes, Jay-Z battle. People don't have that on tape. I don't think they had that on tape. They talk about it. It was legendary, but they talk about, but my point is, y'all ain't got to do that no more. All y'all got to do is go up on SoundCloud and find a way to go up, and not really have to be talented. You don't have to work as hard. It's just like me being a DJ. Like I tell people all the time, editing, the reason why I edit the way I do is because I'm come from being a DJ. I was a DJ first. So editing is timing and movement and keeping shit interesting. So y'all don't really have to compete like that. So just like you could just throw up some bullshit, like what we would equivalent to like Vanilla Ice Baby. Like sometimes if some bullshit will get through, and we'll be like, what the hell is this bullshit? You know what I mean? So now it feels like everything is bullshit. So I really lost track with a lot of people. So I don't know. Like if I ask y'all who's the dopest, who's y'all top 3-5 artists out right now?
Kendrick, J. Cole.
Kendrick don't count. Because Kendrick been around for like 10 years. I'm talking about new people. I'm talking about like who's out
within the last 5 years?
Huh?
Within like the last 5 years, top 3?
Yeah, last 5 years.
J. Cole.
I'm gonna tell you what my cutoff is, so y'all know. I don't know what when you talk about the babies, the little babies, and the babies and all that. After that, what happened after the babies and the little babies?
That's them right now. That's right now.
That's like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But the baby been out. They've been out for like 5-6 years, man. They've been out for a while. I'm talking about new. Like I don't know who's new. Like I hear there's people out of Philly. There's people out of all these places that never got any shine before. Are really like starting to.
Okay, I mean, you got Griselda from Philly, like Benny the Butcher. He's from Griselda. Well, from upstate New York. Who else you got? It's not.
Nah, yeah, it's tough.
See what I'm saying?
Really,
See what I'm saying? Now, if you ask me, I'm gonna say Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, LL Cool J, Ice Cube, Jay-Z, Eminem, Snoop, Busta Rhymes, Talib Kweli, Mos Def, Black Thought. I just rattled off like 11 people, and guess what? Everybody that I rattled off, none of them sound alike. They all had their own thing. KRS-One, like none of them sound alike. Like now, a lot of it sounds alike. The beats are alike because before New York had their sound, the South had their sound, the West Coast had their sound, the Midwest had their sound, Miami even had their sound. So it was like everybody they sound, but now everything's like all together. Like you don't know who's what. So that's what I'm saying. Like the whole thing is like, y'all got to bring skills back, man. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with having skills, man. You can still be dope and still get recognized, but some skills. When I asked y'all was like, hey, man, I can't even think of 3 people. I mean, because it's not, you know what I mean? And I'm just saying, it's just because that's just, the bar's been lowered so much that it's like, we build hip hop for y'all to take it over, and y'all are kind of like just dropping the ball. In my opinion, y'all are dropping the ball because y'all know the difference between whack and what's good, but we settle for what we get. You know what I mean? Just like when you have a YouTube channel, you know what I mean? We all got the same 24 hours, right? You could just slap up some shit and throw it up there, or you can like give people something that's gonna really make it worthwhile. Like Dre from Love Crossing Borders, he said something to me that I didn't understand. He said, Rich, your content is evergreen. Like, what's evergreen? Evergreens mean you can watch this 10 years from now and people will still look at it and find it interesting. A lot of people, you look at it, it's just the flavor of the second, you know what I mean? So it's really up to y'all how y'all, not you guys, I'm saying your generation, how you want to do, because eventually everything comes back around. You know what I mean? That's skills have to come back. So, if y'all channel, like nobody tells the story of 2 brothers that has a channel one is from Jamaica, one's from Africa. Like, I don't know any other channel like that. So why not take that and make that rock? You know what I mean? Like your advantages, man, because you'll see, because the one thing about people like Jamaicans and Africans, they rock. See, America, we don't have that. Countries like Jamaica, Trinidad, all the islands, Cuba, Costa Rica, people rock with theirs. You know what I mean? Americans don't really rock with theirs. So you take advantage of that infrastructure that you guys have. Because I got followers in South Africa, I got followers in Jamaica, but I probably won't have the followers you guys would have. If you talk about things that you guys might know about, like those are the little things that's going to separate you from everybody else. While you're doing your interviews, you're educating people on what you know about the homeland, what it is. If you want to travel, you want to go to Jamaica, you know what I mean? Give them, even though you might not know about it, because I know y'all are kids from parents who come from that place. So y'all really don't really know about it maybe as much as you might want to or need to, but that's something for y'all to learn, because there's kids looking at y'all that y'all made it out of Jamaica and out of Africa, and now y'all are in America. Like, how many kids from Jamaica and Africa want to be where y'all at right now? You got to give them hope. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's enough for me. y'all, but I'm just telling y'all what to do, man. Find you.
I appreciate you.
Yeah. What else y'all got for me? Y'all got anything else for me?
Yeah. How does someone else become the next Zoom to Thailand?
You got to put in the work. Like I said, you got to be unique. I found I had a lane that nobody else had. Nobody was really out here. You have Chocolate Man in Thailand. Shout out to him. You have a few, but nobody was like really smashing. You know what I mean? So it's just really about putting up the work, man, and about delivering content. Like me, I get away with it because I guess because of the whatever. Like I get away. Most people tell me you should be 2-3 times a week. People telling me I should be having stuff out. And it's like, dude, you know how hard it is to produce these episodes? Once a week is hard. So the only way I do now, like I do the YouTube shorts, because I can get those out because I'll just be playing golf and I'll show it for show what it's like. Have y'all seen the caddies? Have you? I don't know. Y'all probably played golf.
I saw.
Listen.
I told him about one of them, how he was touching the one caddy was touching up on a man.
Listen. We never play golf, but I'm not gonna lie, I really want to play golf for real, just to see how it is. But they look good. I'm trying to play with them. I'm trying to see what they about.
But you got to know how to play golf. That's the key. You know what I mean? Like you can't just like you in New York. Like you can't go. All right, I'm going to the Rucker. I'm gonna go. I decide I want to play basketball. You can't just walk onto the Rucker and try to play basketball. You better be practicing. You better be dribbling. You better have all your shit down, your best move, because that's showtime. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing with golf. Golf is like it's a move with the flow type of thing. Like because you're gonna be. It's a very frustrating sport if you can't if you don't know how to play, because we black, so we got athletic skills naturally, like basketball, football, baseball, track. We can do those things because that's just relying on us, our physicalness, right?
Mm-hmm.
But with golf, you got to take a stick and hit a little ass ball and make it go straight or whatever direction it's supposed to go for 400 yards, and you only get 4 tries to doing it. You know what I mean? To make par, which is hard as shit. So it's a sport that you'll never really master, but you can play it all your life. You know what I mean? After a while, y'all 27, maybe y'all still might be able to play tackle football and all of that, but give it 5 more years, like y'all ain't want to be getting tackled and all that shit. You know what I mean? After a while, you're gonna be tired. That's why I learned golf, man, because I'm nice playing basketball, but I would go to places, man, YMCA parks, like niggas is arguing and. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, I'm coming to play basketball. Everybody want to be the best. They want to be, man. That's what I mean. Y'all remember? I don't know if y'all know Orlando Jones, man. Shout out to Orlando Jones. If y'all watched the movie Drumline,
yeah, hell yeah.
He's the one that played the conductor, the OG dude, the teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played. Man, shout out to Orlando Jones. He did it.
He killed that. He killed that.
I was gonna whoop his ass on the basketball court, man.
Oh, word?
This is way before Drumline and all that. When he was just coming out, he's from New York too. And he's nice. And shout out to Orlando. I'm not talking shit about him. I'm just saying he's nice. He's nice, right? You know what I mean? And he knows he's nice, right? He believe it or not, he had nice games, but he was like, we was playing, and we're friends. We have a mutual friend. That's how we met. Billy, he was like my roommate. He's another actor too. You probably seen him in different stuff too. But people that would come in from New York that he knew, I mean, they come in like either stay at our house or we just show him around, do whatever. So we went to play basketball. And I think we playing like 2-on-2 or 3-on-3. I can't remember what we was doing. But he was nice, right? But he was the type of dude that wanted every call. Like, if he didn't make the shot, foul. Like, every call, right? So I'm like, what kind of funny stuff? Because I come from niggas that like, nigga, you better really get fouled to call a foul.
Like, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Do the kickback shit. Like, and he was like, and not only was he doing it, but he was like kind of like banging on us a little bit. Like, and I was, I'm like, I love everybody. I start off on a good foot with everybody. You know what I mean? So, but if I feel like you trying to take advantage of me or you think I'm pussy, you know what I mean? It's like, okay.
Yeah,
go back into South Central rich. I'm Hollywood rich right now. Let me go back into South Central rich. Because, where I come from, man, if somebody bullies you, man, they're going to bully you every day. So with the bully, you got to just punch them in the face, because that'll stop all that bullying shit right then and there. You're going to find an easier target, just like animals. Like a lion is the baddest in the Serengeti, but they're not trying to take down the baddest zebra. They want the weakest motherfuckers. They want to be able to live to keep hunting. They don't want to fight. So that same thing with a bully. They want to get it where they can get it easy. They don't want to, you get it from me, you're gonna earn all of it. So to make a long story short, so he's calling these files and I'll never forget it, man. He was calling files and the one time I did file, right? You know what I mean? Because he does all these moves and extra steps and, jump hopping and all of this, trying to just like stun on us. And so one time I got him, and it wasn't really intentional, but I did file him. So I was like, so I fouled him. He's like, foul. I was like, you got it, man. I'm like, okay, that one, I'll give you that. Other ones was some bullshit. You got it, man. He said, I know I got it. Right. He said, I know I got it. I'm like, oh, hey, hold up, nigga. You about to get rolled. Ask me, like, I can't make this up. Like, it's really, I'm like, you gonna get rolled up in this motherfucking nigga. Don't call the foul and then bang on me after I give it to you. So, but from that, we became cool. I haven't talked to Orlando or seen him in a good 10 years, maybe. Maybe I'll get him on Zoom to Thailand. We might have to talk about that, man, because Orlando was like, he's nice though. I give him that, but it's like, man, you ain't just gonna come to especially when you're coming into my city. Maybe if I'm in your city, I might be different, but you ain't coming in my city and just come out and start banging. And that's what happened to, like, a lot of times with LA when they call it checking in and all that stuff, because a lot of these rappers would come to LA thinking it's sweet and thinking they just, I'm the shit. I'm woo, 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 woo. And the gangbangers was like, what? You think you're going to be rocking? You know what I mean? And so they became food out here. So all that tough talk they do, you don't want to do that in LA. You know what I mean? It's crazy. You know what I mean? It's beyond crazy now. You can't even drop a location no more. Like it's more dangerous being a rapper than it is being a gangbanger.
That's a fact.
That's just real talk, man. And that's you understand how upside down that is? That's what I mean by I can't never live in the matrix. It's more dangerous being a rapper than being a gangbanger. You understand how everything's so backwards, man? Like everything is upside down, bro. I feel for y'all, man. Y'all got it cold, man. Y'all, like I said, in hip hop in the 86 to 96, man, it was so much fun, man. You had new dances, you could go to the club, you could meet women, all that stuff. Now it's like, I just don't get it, man. Hopefully it's gonna come back around, man. But to answer your question, how you come Zoom to Thailand, it's just really about the work, and it's really about just separating yourself from people. You know what I mean? Like I said, y'all have a journey. You know what I mean? A person that's retired military at 27, 26, full benefits. You understand what that means? Like, how many people can say that? You know what I mean? So where to go? People just like y'all asking me, they're gonna want to ask you, how did you do that? What happened? What got you to the point of enlisting? And now at 26, you have full benefits. What injury did you take? How did it happen? What were the steps to getting there? And of course, you don't want to snitch on yourself and say something that could help you lose your benefits.
Facts.
But if you can give game without, exposing anything that shouldn't be exposed, you're good. But that's what you got to think about before you talk about stuff like that. That's why when I say things, I always give checks and balances. I'm not saying everybody, I'm saying this. I don't know if I'm for sure correct, but this is what I experienced, So that's the way I go. That's what I do. See, this is why I don't like getting people on. See, this dude is doing to me exactly what y'all doing. Like he keeps calling me like
Boy, you see, Fridge, you told me to call him too. You told me to call. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna call him.
Yeah, because it's like don't get me wrong, man. I want to help, but I need my space. Like I need to because that's the one thing about doing this. Like it's like I'm a very approachable, down to earth person, so people just feel like one dude be asking me like, "Can you pick me up from the airport?" I'm like,
what?
Nah, that's crazy.
I don't know you. How the fuck am I gonna pick you up? Nigga, I don't know you. You know what I mean? Can I come to dinner with you and L? It's like, dude, you know what I mean? It's like I love helping people, but goddamn, man, y'all gotta, I need my space.
I get it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I don't mean, and that was the thing with you guys. Like, I didn't want to like make y'all feel like I was blowing y'all off because I watched your channel. I wanted to, but y'all was like it had me to the point. I was like, man, let's just reschedule this because obviously I'm not moving fast enough for y'all. I need to move fast. But y'all understand now that we talked, y'all just thought I was on some old shit. I think I was on some old ass, George Bush shit, can't read shit. It wasn't like that. I was just literally just waking up. I'm still in my drawers, man. This is the shit I had on last night when I did my last night stream. Y'all can call me stank Negro right now. You know what I mean? I ain't even had my shower yet, but I was like, y'all was on me so tough. I said, let me just get, and I was like, I'm gonna do this shit quick. Let me get this in and get it. Now we probably been on the phone for 2 hours, but you know what I mean?
I'm like, yo, bro, with the time difference, I'm like, the only time it's really gonna work for both of us is if we do it super early and it's late for you, or we do it late and it's early for you. So I'm like, yo, like, if I got him, I saw him respond. I'm like, yo, we gotta get this done. So that's how I was on me, boy. And you mind you, like, it was close to midnight over here. So I'm like, yo, like, you feel me? I gotta get some kind of update because an hour from now, I'm not gonna have the energy to do anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, we're young. We can stay out, you know. So
yeah. Me, my stream's up till 4. I'm waking up at 10. Glass is hitting me up like, hey, you ready? You ready in 20 minutes? I'm like, what the fuck? I just woke up. I said, I'll try to be ready 20 minutes from now, but I'm not thinking y'all meant like a real 20. I'm like, let me, you know, hopefully I'm gonna get, you know, I should, but that's my fault. Some people are punctual and you got to respect times, you know what I mean? And in my mind, you know, 20 minutes don't really mean 20 minutes because I would have said an hour and made it comfortable for myself, but I just didn't know. Y'all was on me. I said, all right, let me get this out the way. Even though I'm just waking up, I still got the same shit on, but you know, they don't give a shit. Oh man, it's no problem.
I really appreciate you.
No problem, man. I love to see brothers doing their thing, man.
My last question, what's some dating advice that you would give to your daughters?
My daughters, take the game from your dad. Your dad knows all the tricks and did all the tricks. Your dad knows, like your father is gonna give you the most game, you know. And you can't be too overprotective with your daughter because that's because women are like children. You know what I mean? The more you tell them they can't have something, the more they're gonna want to do it. You know what I mean? It's just like the worst thing you could do is tell your daughter, that's the boy you should be with. I want you to be with him. She's gonna do the exact opposite because you know they want to create their own path and they want to find out on their own. See, the thing with women, especially attractive women, like my daughters aren't bad looking. So it's like when you're even halfway attractive, your world, your life is going to be easier for you. You just have to make it easier for you. Like I learned, I did an Army movie at Fort Benning, and I seen. I mean, you know, when you in the military, you got to be in shape. I've seen, and I'm not. No, I'm 100% man. Like, you know what I mean? But I can tell the difference if somebody's handsome and not are in shape. Like you go to the gym, you can see a man that's in shape. These dudes was in shape and they wives are some of the most bust down looking wives I've seen. And these was the white boys. I've seen some, you know, they could easily win anywhere, but they were so happy because you know, in the military, you get a wife, you get a family, you get more benefits, you get more money, you get more stuff. So I guess they just marry up to whatever they want to get married to. So I say that to say this: you could be an average woman, a 4 to a 6, and you could just go to a military-based party, dance. You will meet somebody and get a husband like that. Like women, is so much easier for women to come up than it is for men. We got to earn every bit of it. A woman, like I tell you, from 18 to 30. They can have it their way, especially 21 to 30. Because 18, they too young. Even 21, they too young. They still figuring life out. But, you know, by the time you college graduate age, like 23, 24-ish, between 24 and 30, you got that window to really like have the world the way you want it. But the problem is, you know, once women find out they're attractive and they become men be getting on them all the time, they lose their maturity because that's where their maturity stops because they fall into this bubble thinking this is what the world is and how it's going to be forever. Everybody's going to like me. I'm going to be beautiful forever. I can pick whatever I want and can throw them away, get another one in 5 minutes. And then they don't realize as time goes by, man, you just aging and wearing yourself out. Not saying my daughters, I'm saying women in general. So my advice to my daughters would be listen to your dad because he's going to give you the best game. He's going to give it to you real. And number 2, pay attention to the warning signs because everybody shows you who they are at some point. You know what I mean? No matter what it is. I'm sure y'all too y'all know y'all idiosyncrasies. Y'all know y'all waves. Like everybody has their way of how they move. You know what I mean? And it depends. Do you want to move? Like y'all got a good chemistry, good energy. You know what I mean? But all it takes, like you say, is the wrong energy to come in between y'all, and it just throws the whole energy off. You know what I mean? Like you said, like the interview you did with my brother. You know what I mean? It's like, the energy might have been off. It might have been a little bit different. It might have been a bad day. It might have been whatever it is. So, you know, instead of being caught up in the looks like we all are, especially at a young age, um, we really got to see a person's character. You know what I mean? Because my oldest daughter, she had a good Jamaican, by the way. His dad's Jamaican. His dad worked on the song It Wasn't Me. I know Jamaicans don't count that as a real Jamaican song, but his dad's a real Jamaican. And good kid, you know what I mean? And she just dogged him out, you know what I mean? Like dogged him out. Like, and he was a good, like I'm talking about families was like, my ex-wife and my daughter, they was like family. They would go over there and hang out, have dinner and all kind of shit. Like they was just cool. But that was just too, I guess it was too simple, too easy. So she has to go out and date a gangbanger. You know what I mean? Like it's just women do things that it's just like, you know what I mean? You can't explain it. And then when you try to give them advice, it's just like y'all think I'm an old head, right? Like, he don't know how to work his phone. See, that's what I'm telling you the disconnect is. Once you lose what your kids are listening to, once you don't know what they on, you still thinking they on Kendrick, but they on somebody else. That's when you lose the connection. That's when you become old in their mind because you ain't up on this. You come on, man. You still listening to that. You don't really know what's going on. So that's what happens. So my daughter's wasn't really up for taking the advice. Because I give it to them real. I tell them straight up. You know what I mean? Because now they're at the age now because remember, I grew up in LA. So my daughter and and the kids their age, the parents are my age. So my daughter be like, her little boyfriend, my youngest, her boyfriend be like, man, my dad, my boyfriend's mom said you used to date her best friend. I used to date such and such. It's like, it's done come full circle now. Yeah, I knocked her down. I knocked that down too. You know what I mean? But I say it in a fun way, but that's where we're at now. So it's like, I'm old enough to have a daughter that has a boyfriend that I used to date their mom. You know what I mean? Or they friend. It's like it comes around if you stay in the same area. So my daughter or anyone else's daughter, man, it's like pay attention to the warning signs. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe because men get seduced by their eyes. Women get seduced by their ears. So you tell a woman enough of what she wants to hear or tell her something enough, she'll start to believe it. That's why a lot of women, not all women, like join cults and all of this stuff, go to the astrologers and the sorcerers because they want to hear what's in the future and man, we don't really do that as much. We don't be going to like sorcerers and we got to go to see what the psychic tells us. They want to hear all of this shit because they want to try to stay ahead of everything. It's like, but life is so simple, man. If you just keep it simple and just enjoy it for what it is. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand what's so hard about gender roles. Like, I don't understand why a man can't give a woman a compliment or a man can't help a woman open the door. Like back in the day, niggas would take their jacket off and put it on the ground in the rain so the woman can walk in the puddle. Like, that's some bullshit. I'd never do no shit like that. And I know y'all would.
I did.
You know what I'm saying? But at least like you open the door, like a woman, they'll trip out. You know what I mean? Not all of them, but some of them will just trip out because you're trying to do a manly thing. And like now you, like you say, you give a compliment at work. You do something that now you're a stalker. See, back if you watch older movies, man, what they call stalking now is what was called romantic back then. That's how things change. Like there's a movie with Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor, y'all got to see the difference. The only difference I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all not gonna like because y'all old. Like the older movies, and I'll give y'all credit for this. Like the older movies, it took a long time. If the movie's an hour and a half, it took like 30 minutes just to really get into the story. Like you seeing all of like now when they do movies like Wedding Crashers and all those movies, you know what's going on while the time the credits in, you already know they crashing weddings, they doing this, they seeing these beautiful women, and now they're going on their next mission as soon as the movie's over. Back then, you had to like kind of grind into a movie, but in this movie, this dude is like showing up to this girl's work, following her around, tripping and falling down, trying to keep up with her. And she's looking back and giggling, like seeing that he's trying to keep up. It was looked up as flattering back then. But now you try to follow a woman around at work. You try to follow a woman around the mall, nigga, you are a creep. So it's a whole different get down, bro. But I feel for you guys, man, because y'all don't have it the way we kind of had it. So y'all got to create y'all path, which is another reason why y'all need to travel. See, we didn't need to like what's the use of traveling? You got a fine girl at your high school. You got a fine girl at work. You got a fine girl at the club. You got a fine girl at the grocery store. You know what I mean? And you don't have to worry about catching a case. You know what I mean? By now, like, you know, you out here in Thailand, they should be the one catching cases because they be on you. You know what I mean? Like, they don't play no game. You're going to see when you come out here, but I can show you better than I can tell you.
Say less.
I definitely appreciate you taking out the time. You don't hear a Jamaican accent on me.
I do hear a little bit of Jamaican accent on you.
No, you do not.
I do. Okay, well, you can tell me what I hear and what I don't hear. when I hear an accent, when I hear it, remember I've been everywhere. So you don't. Can you speak patois?
I can't. I'm actually horrible at it.
Okay, so a real Jamaican knows patois. Like I learned all that. You know, man. No lotion, no pet, no powder. You know what that means?
No lotion, no pet, no powder.
See what I'm saying? Go ask your mom or your dad what that means. No lotion, no pet, no powder. That means I'm about to whoop your ass. Ain't nothing soft about this. I'm gonna whoop your ass. Ask them, no lotion, no. When I go to Jamaica, I want to learn. You know, I want to learn the culture and all that stuff. But I can hear an accent. You know what I mean? I hear it. I thought it was Jamaican. I could have been wrong. You might have said Barbados or something. You know what I mean? Because the tone is just a little bit different. I can hear. Cool. I can't hear your accent though. I don't hear no African accent, but I hear a little bit of accent. But there's nothing wrong with that. That's what I'm telling you. That's what you embrace. Do you know how to imitate a Jamaican accent?
No, I've tried off camera, but it doesn't really. It's not fluent. It's not fluent.
Okay, so that tells me you ain't you either you got teased when you were younger, or whatever. But you're not really embracing your Jamaicanness. Like you got to embrace that, bro, because that's what happens when you get teased. You kind of like, I don't want to know. I want to just be American, like, you know what I mean. But man, F all that, man. That's your culture. That's where you come from. You know, you got to embrace that.
Huh? My mom really did. She didn't want me to have an accent. Like I used to visit Jamaica when I was younger, and I would come back. I would pick up a little bit. It's like, no, that's not how you do it. It's not.
I knew it. Yeah, I knew it had to be something. Yeah.
My mom, she has a really bad stutter, and I used to stutter as a kid. So she really like kind of honed in on speech for me to be like more articulate.
Oh, got you. But even in fun, you know, if you want to learn a Jamaican accent, you have to be able to see what I do. I learned. I do a terrible Jamaican accent, but I can do it. Like when I do the golf thing, I'm talking like David Attenborough. You know, look at the golf caddies here. Like what I do is I learn to do different voices to keep things interesting. So you know what I mean? So even if you make it fun, like if you could just learn it, because it'll come to you if you just listen to it. You know what I mean? Like it's hard. If you've been to Jamaica, man, Jamaicans actually speak English, and I can't understand half the shit they say. They say it so fast.
I understand.
Huh?
I do understand it though.
When they speaking fast, they speak in broken English. You get it?
Most of the time. Sometimes it's intense, but most of the time I do get it.
Okay. You should when you get a chance, you should definitely go back there, vlog that, just go show where your family is, show your real shit, because a real Jamaican look at you and be like, he ain't Jamaican. It's just like me. I was born in Chicago, and most of my family's back there. My immediate family's in California, but you ain't from Chicago, you know what I mean? You just born in Chicago. See, you ain't accepted, like, you know what I mean? So, and it's true. Like if it come down, like I love the Bulls. When it come down to the Lakers and the Bulls, you know what I mean? It's like I'm Lakers all day long. You know what I mean? I might even take the Clippers before the Bulls. I love the Jordan Bulls, but, you know, and I love the Chicago Bears football team, but they not my favorites. You know what I mean? So it just depends on where you at. But all I'm saying is to you guys, embrace where you come from, embrace the difference, and use that to your advantage. Definitely take that on to your advantage, man.
I appreciate that, man. Very wise words.
From an old man
who knows how to use Zoom. Make sure you subscribe to Zoom to Thailand, man. He has a whole bunch of great stuff, man. Doesn't matter where you're from, doesn't matter how you look. He has something for you. Make sure you go check him out.
Absolutely, man. Salute to y'all. Peace to y'all. Am I allowed to get up and get dressed and go take a shower now and brush my teeth? Can I do that? Because y'all was on me. Can I permission to me? I got to ask the Army, permission, sir, to go finish getting dressed, sir.
As long as you let it go.